Guys, it's time
for
Box Wars.
yeah.
As you all are listening to this, we're getting ready to do the Box Wars live for your entertainment next week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you guys hear it?
No, I can't hear it. I think I can barely get a whiff of that.
It's the battle to the death. Court Kings.
That's right.
2 men enter, 1 man exits. I don't know what becomes of the other one. A broken shell of what's once was a man.
Shall rise, one shall fall.
The other one will fall right next to you as I woo slap you through the card case.
Oh no!
Don't forget about that.
Well, you got to still
TikTok on the end of the year.
you got to beat Timmy before you get to like the main level. I'm like the ultra bad guy.
Ricky's like the boss.
Yeah. On the regular box war, I'm screwed. But if we get it where we have to submit a card and go through that final value, it's a walk in the beach, baby.
Oh,
got to hit one that's worth submitting for $200 a card still.
Yeah.
How upset would the two of you guys be if I just opened the plastic around the edge of the box?
No, I don't trust you.
Ricky's going to be in the back, unsealing it and then using his little secret heater to like reseal Chad's box so that it has no hits in it.
1992 base upper deck. What the hell?
Would you like me to weigh the 2 boxes? Not share, but weigh.
No.
Okay. No. Natural, baby.
All right. Well, do you guys have any last words for each other before next week?
Bring your tissues, Tim. They're not happy tissues, buddy.
Oh. All right. For Timmy. Timmy, you always make such excellent, detailed points.
I got nothing right now. Jeez.
There's an Adam. Oh, it's a 101.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Back to the Future. I'm your host, Ricky, a.k.a. Mr. eBay. I'm joined by my co-host and partner in crime, Dr. Chad.
Someone called for a doctor?
How you doing, Doc?
I'm good, buddy.
And we're joined by the man who pays for snow cones with credit cards, Doctor. Dr. Tim.
Here we go, baby. Prepare to be underwhelmed.
And you never walk away from the table when you're on a heater.
Well, guys, we got an awesome show.
You broke Chad.
I broke
I
the
didn't even
show.
have to say anything.
Oh man, we were having some off-air discussion, and got a little too excited about that Timmy intro.
Ricky, I guess it's just you and I this week. It's fine.
It might just be you two.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, we've got an awesome show for you guys. We're gonna talk PSA. We're gonna talk Panini Noir, but first, Chad, it's coming upon us. The National Sports Card. It's not the Sports Card or Sports Collectors Convention.
Sports Collectors Convention, correct? Yeah. The National, not the Nationals. The National.
The Nationals, where you can buy National Treasure football.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. Now you add the S to it. You can't even say National Treasures.
No, it's National Treasures.
I got it right.
Wait, what is it? What's the actual answer?
What?
Nationals Treasures?
No.
Yeah,
The
Nationals
National.
Treasure. The Nationals
Freaking
Treasure.
I did it backwards on purpose. The National Treasures. Ricky.
Hey, you did it.
I finally did it. A year and a half of podcasting and got it right.
And just treasures.
I think that's in Las Vegas.
So, Chad, you getting excited?
I'm stoked. I am stoked. I made some purchases over the past weekend to get ready for the show, like we all do, and very excited to show them off and to be down there with 800 billion other people. So, yeah, it'll be great.
I think what people need to know that are listening are we love stuff like this, but we have our limit of people we can handle being around at a given time.
It's true.
Do you want the famed Timmy's portraits to hand out?
Yes.
No.
Is that them? Is that what? Yeah.
No, I thought you forgot about it.
Oh no, I've kept them very safe and secure.
Yes.
We'll throw in our
Yes,
card.
I want them. And as a matter of fact, I bought something to carry those around in, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But yeah, I'll have a little something to tote those around in.
I think you need to do that. I think if you mentioned that my all-time favorite, Cecil Fielder, will be in the VIP meeting area, meet and greet.
Yeah, free autographs on Wednesday, and I'll be there.
You got to hold up this card and say, hey, is this the most faded card you've ever seen? Do you want it?
Yeah, I'm sure he has been waiting to answer that question, so I will bring it, and I will be prepared.
Ask him if he wants to be best friends with Ricky Clark as well.
I think Cecil and I are going to become best buds. Like the way I see this happening is that there's not going to be anyone there Wednesday. I'm going to go hang out with him just to make him not feel awkward.
Probably go to like
Afterwards, we'll go out for a brew and we'll go hang out.
To say, yeah.
Probably trade cards, to be honest with you.
Probably like a pasta dinner or something. Something
Yeah,
really
why
good.
not? Why not?
Oh man.
We'll send you a photo of the great times that we're having.
What if he asked you to put on one of his old Detroit Tigers jackets? Oh, I'd have to jump
I'll
off my
immediately
roof.
get lost. It'll be Chad's vanishing trick. Because I'm short, because I'm a small guy, for clarification.
Let's see. That's
So
about
I have some thoughts with this.
Okay.
I'm going to be wandering around the National, and you guys won't be there this year. Hopefully we'll all get there next year. But my thought was we kind of like to make gags out of everything we do.
right.
I have to limit that a little bit at work, because I have to try and be a little bit professional.
Sure.
But at this expo, I don't have to be at all. No one there knows me as a doctor. Everyone there knows me as a goofy card sportscaster.
What if you
If you guys have any propositions you want me to do, you guys have any dares or bets, or you guys want to make any
Of
side
course Ricky's
wagers,
ready.
I'm all for it. Ricky's got his hand up ready to roll, which kind of terrifies me already, but let's hear it.
request number 1, full scrubs, face mask, and cap
Oh, that
with
defeats
your
the purpose.
with
of
your
going.
doctor badge.
I'll use some. How about some used scrubs? How
I like
about
it.
this?
I like
yeah. So right now, this is the National Preparation Show.
Yes.
You've heard all the other shows. This one's going to give you the real inside details, what you need to know. Ricky, I like your suggestions. Tim, you got anything like that? You want me to roll up to HGA and give them? Oh, Gem Mint will be there. Your favorite submission group
Well,
that you went to war with via
should,
Facebook this last year.
Ask
got
him
my
about
additional PSA 6 that's incoming.
Hey,
Straight from the source. Yeah.
say
What, Ricky?
Chad, when you go up to him and say, "Hey, what do you really think about that junkie Tim on Facebook? Like, don't you think he is like kind of a problem?" There are a few of us
That's
who are
it,
kind
like
of saying
a
that.
hot mic moment.
And then catch him his real feelings about Tim. I bet we get gold.
It would be gold. I'm sure his eyes will immediately light up. He'll drop everything and freeze. Have some flashbacks to the last 6 months of his life.
No, what you do
There's
is
a
you
couple
say,
other guys.
"Hey, I'm Junkie Tim," and then you say, "Just kidding," and record that reaction. Oh, thank God!
like that.
Oh, thank God! Hey, can I give you a free submission? Oh man, that was the best joke ever. I'm telling you, this close from a heart attack.
That would be good. I like that. Tim, unless you've got anything better, man, Ricky's got a lot of ideas of how to razz you there a little bit. You got anything for me roaming around the National?
I'll give you a semi-serious one. So I remember the pristine auctions corner of the hall having just some ridiculous memorabilia. I mean, we're talking like Jackie Robinson, game worn, mantle stuff. So whatever they have on display this year, there's going to be a security guard nearby. So I want you to try to razzle him and just try to get under his skin a little bit, take a photo next to him, see how close you can get to touching one of these memorabilia items without getting arrested.
I want a photo of you kissing one of them. And if you deliver, I will pay you $100.
Oh, kissing one of the memorabilia pieces?
Uh-huh.
Lips have to be on it.
Yes, and you cannot ask permission ahead of time.
All right. I'm going to need some of our listeners to help with the distraction phase of this. $100, huh?
$100.
How
Bring some
late
wipes.
is there a bar nearby this place, Tim? Where's the nearest cocktail?
And where's the nearest hospital for when the security gets his hands on you?
Yeah, for when I get tased into oblivion.
Through the table.
There's definitely a beer cart somewhere in that hall usually.
If I get tased hard enough, do you think it'll bring back the memory from that time I fell down the stairs and hit my head 40 times? Which we have video of that. At some point, we should share that with people, I think.
We've got to post that on Instagram.
Oh, you need to like somehow hook that up to your backpack and just have that on loop.
So this backpack, indeed, Tim. So let's talk about this. So I made some purchases over the past week.
Can't believe that thing's real.
Oh, it's real, buddy. I thought to myself, like, what could I do to kind of poke at you guys for not being there?
Right.
Try and draw attention to the show a little bit and have some fun with it, and started looking on Amazon. And sure enough, there's a backpack that has a massive digital photo, like LED screen that you can program anything you want into there.
Oh my God.
So naturally for $140, I bought it immediately.
Naturally.
And it'll be here next week.
It's amazing. What's the resolution on that thing? Is it like 8x8 pixels?
It's going to be good enough.
It's going to be good
to
enough
get
to show your man tits.
some of the 8x10s of Tim on there.
Oh no.
But it's also going to be good enough to get some incriminating photos of Ricky on there.
It's going to be
So
good
now,
enough to
gentlemen,
show that.
I can be bought.
Oh, yes.
I'm for sale.
I came prepared. Did you come prepared, Tim?
What?
Oh!
Send me your offers to keep your face off my backpack, baby.
Hey, Chad,
Failed to
now would be a
prepare.
great time to tell you that this past week I tried to razz for you.
No, that not,
Hey, I want to hear this, Ricky.
Drew Lock select field level rookie card, PSA 10.
Oh, okay.
I did not succeed, but just remember that I think about you.
I appreciate
on
that.
Non-podcast days.
That's much appreciated, Tim. Thank you.
Yeah, what you got, Ricky?
I appreciate that.
Well, my first offer is a 2020 Panini Prism Luis Robert, now on deck, Gem Mint 10.
What? Get that crap out of my face.
Meh.
Okay, we're going low to high here. We're going low to high.
Okay. Tim's well wishes are well in the lead at this point. And I've got some great photos of you. But the hard part is I know you guys have good photos of me too. So I really have to pick my poison.
Nah, nobody knows who I am, like on Facebook.
Well,
I
they
just
will
got
when
my,
they see that
junkies
big
logo,
old,
so.
when they see that face
Tim
painted
hands
Utah
Chad
Jazz.
the layup. Here is Tim's place of work. Here is Tim's real last name. Go leave him a Google review right now.
Those are my favorite, by the way.
Here's his boss's phone number.
Oh.
Gosh.
So, Tim, what's your next offer?
I got
Oh,
nothing
I like
else.
this.
Okay, so I got to, you better get working on something because I'm going to beat you eventually. Well wishes. Some
about
point he's
that
going to
bottle
want
of
a
whiskey?
slab. 2019 Panini Donruss Optic Rui Hashimura Gem Mint 10. Tim tells me this is going to be worth millions one day.
Oh,
No, that's the pop count on that card. But Ricky, that's a very kind offer. I appreciate that.
So that's at least got to take the lead over well wishes.
That's true. It's a tangible object right there in front of me
Step it up,
with a
Tim.
big green for sale sticker on there, which I can see.
You can see how valuable it is.
Ricky, you're going to have to load up here, man. I've got some good photos of you. Now, truth be told to our listeners, Ricky and I were in a phase. I mean, we've always been in a phase where we've kind of always tried to find ways to poke fun at each other. I've honest to God looked into renting billboards just to put your photo up on a billboard where I knew that you would drive by. Does Captain America ring a bell, Ricky?
Oh, God.
I still have that photo.
Do you still have the one of Tim with his face painted like a child?
Well, the hard part with that is I'm standing right there next to him.
There's one with him. There's one of him, just one-on-one. It's gold.
Yeah.
I still have that. I do still have that. That's going to be a good one.
Got in the spirit.
Tim?
All right, Ricky, any final offers?
So another offer is a Drew Lock
Ooh.
rookie
Hey,
card.
Copycat.
Hey,
Panini. It looks kind of like a Diamond King, Court King, Field King.
What product did you pull that horrible thing out of?
Is that crayon?
It's Player of the Day football. And one of our listeners, it was my gift for Secret Santa to help burn off my anger at Chad. But it also comes with
Uh-oh.
Ric Flair.
Oh, hey.
Now this is a hollow.
The nature boy.
This is a prism. It's a refractor.
I like refractors. I like that.
We're going 2 for.
I like that.
We're
Ricky.
going 2 for.
I think we may have a deal.
I
I think we may have a deal.
set the bar pretty
Keep
low,
your face
Tim.
off my backpack for a few minutes.
Tim, you know what they say? Fail to prepare to fail.
That's right.
Well, what if I just forfeit my Court King's
Ooh.
Wait,
hits?
what? Why don't I just ruin the bit that we have planned for recording Saturday for an
Am I
entire?
going to throw the match? Do you guys think I'm really going to throw the match for this? To be determined.
I'm on the edge of my seat now.
I guarantee you he would throw the match if he could figure out a way to screw it up. Trust me, there's a reason I'm holding the boxes.
That's true. So, yeah, listeners, if you got any ideas on what to put on that backpack, I'm all for it. The rest of the preparation's been great. Got some gold necklaces, some LED lights, your very own Pack to the Future hat, face mask, and guys, I had a lot of eBay bucks. So just quickly on this one, I didn't realize how much stuff I bought on eBay. I had enough eBay bucks to buy a new pair of gold Dawn 2 Donovan Mitchell shoes.
Oh, shiny.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen those. Are they
Oh, they're going to be looking hot out there
Yeah,
on
they
the
look nice.
national
floor?
convention floor.
Nice purchase.
Will your Donovan nemesis be out there?
Probably hanging out with Donovan. Doing
This is
cool
Mr.
Donovan
Berman.
Mitchell, Ross Berman stuff.
You just got to make sure Mr. Berman sees those hot gold shoes. Hot fire.
Yeah. What?
What is eBay
right,
bucks leading to gummy bears? Are you referring to your gold Donovan Mitchells as gummy bears?
That's what they're called. They're called the gummy bear shoes. They have like little pictures of gummy bears on the bottom. I don't know why.
Yeah, don't tell that to Lamar Odom. He'll come out of hiding and suddenly try to eat those.
Hey, unless Tim comes up with at least something to offer you, please at least put his phone number on the back of your backpack.
Hey, Ricky, as of right now, you have the best offer, which means you get control of what of Tim goes on my backpack.
No, here's what I want. Here's what I say. It's free Zion Williamson, Gem Mint 10, PSA, Gem Mint 10. Call Tim's number.
It's like the bathroom stall phone number.
So locally, the LDS Church will put on two times a year their general conference, and the tickets are extremely in demand. And my younger brother, when he was a clerk for one of the district court judges or federal court judges, gave out one of the other clerks' number saying he had free tickets to one of the conferences. And the guy's phone, the guy's voicemail filled up within 10 minutes.
I'm glad to hear I was not the only person who's done that.
So let's bring it back, baby.
I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Ricky's the winner.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Okay. But we also, do we want to chat about fantasy football, or you want to wait another week for that?
I don't know. Where are we at time-wise? Where are we at? How are we looking?
17.
17? Let's save it for another week. Fantasy football is going to be coming, people. We're going to decide what type of unique way we're going to have for an entry fee think about if you want to play this year. I didn't play the last couple of years. It's been little boring for me. So this is a nice way to spruce it up. Tim, I think you're the same way.
Yeah.
Ricky, you do play some fantasy football, so maybe you could help guide us on this venture, but maybe we'll talk about it in future weeks.
Yeah, hit us up on our Instagram at Pack to the Future podcast. Let us know if you'd be interested in joining the Pack to the Future Fantasy Football League, and if so, any ideas for prizes.
Yeah,
Guys,
we're all ears.
all right, when we come back, PSA has some new data regarding the June 2021 cards. We'll get back to that and more right after this.
Hi, this is Tim, the intern here at Path to the Future podcast, with some data for you. And it appears that Chad, Ricky, and Tim are correct roughly 1.5% of the time, which is really quite remarkable and much higher than I would have expected, and set the over-under. Let me play back this gem moment from episode 62.
He's the guy that you probably love if he's on your team and you just don't like him if you're playing against him. But some data points here to back this up on why I think his card prices will go up during the playoffs. His 2005 Topps PSA 10 can be purchased for under $1,000. And the pop report of that rookie card is 163, which is pretty darn low.
If you'd like the most accurate data and price trends on your cards all the time, you'll want to use cardladder.com. Please message us on Instagram or go to backtothefuturepodcast.podbean.com, where I'll put the sign-up link in the description for today's episode. Thank you for listening.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the show. You can always reach out to us on our listener line, 801-893-1609. Leave us a voicemail. It will likely make it to show. We'll usually use it to make fun of one of the three of us.
As we should.
As we should. So, guys, PSA just recently released their data for this past June and the cards that they've seen. Chad, why don't you talk about, or Tim, some of the statistics they released?
Lead us away, Tim. I kind of found the thing through Card Porn put out by Gem Rate. There's some great data in here. Tim, this is kind of up both of our alleys, but why don't you go ahead and start if you feel good with that?
Yeah, numbers, man. It's kind of cool to see how many cards got graded in June, but 736,000 cards just in June.
Wow. I think that's got to be like almost all backlog, right?
That's
I
a good
would think
point.
so, unless it's Super Express that people were sending in. So I'd have to imagine most of that
I think
is
they said
backlog.
Super Express was like 3% of their focus.
Right. Because there's no way that many people sent in cards in June. That would absolutely have to be their backlog then. And
That's
so
awesome.
I think what they were trying to say is that they're going through X number of cards a day. So that X is actually 24,500 cards per day.
Wow.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, but it also puts it in perspective, if there's millions of cards in the backlog, it's going to take a minute to try to get through those. So
Think about that. Even with that huge number, if they were to continue at this rate without accepting any new cards and assuming nothing else opens up, well over a year, well over 14 months to get to that 12 million card rumored backlog.
Yes. However, I am encouraged to see that they were up 28% in cards they saw per day. So if they can keep that increase and keep building on that with new hires, and
it's got to be what it is, right? As new hires. I know they were promoting that, but that would have to be the logical explanation.
That's my
I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that the new hires are getting used to the job,
Yeah. It's going to take time, right? So hopefully that capacity increases, because if you multiply that out over a year, that's still just shy of 9 million cards a year. And so I don't think that chews through their backlog entirely either. So
I think that math actually checks out, Tim.
Yeah, I just did it.
Good job, man. My man, Tim.
I have my moments.
Math.
But I think so.
Do you have your moments, or does your calculator have its moments?
Hey, let's not pile up on the guy. The guy did good math for the show.
Fair
Here, I'll
enough.
share my screen with
Come
you
on.
right now. I actually did pull up a calculator. Used to be able to do stuff like that in my head. But I think so. These slides that were shared by Cardporn from @GemRate on Instagram, I think got a little bit more interesting as you scrolled to the left or right, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first point they tried to make was Jordan cards were by far and away one of the most subbed cards or graded cards during that whole time frame, of which the most graded Jordan card was the 1990 Fleer. The ones found in the packs that Chad so graciously gave away during Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
The cards that you could easily procure from one of these boxes on your own at a really low price prior to the boom. But I was shocked. I mean, what are they saying? That's just south of 3,000 copies of that card alone got graded.
That's correct. By far and away, the leader of the Jordan cards.
Wow. Just to go down that list then. So you've got 89 Hoops, 90 Skybox, 91 Upper Deck, the SP1 of him in a Sox uni. It's a sweet card. Got Hoops, more Hoops, 89 Fleer, all the way down to, nothing got earlier than 1988. So that's actually pretty interesting.
What was the second card after the Fleer?
89 Hoops. Yeah.
And is that so? Those are both the ones that Tim, you talked to me about how nice those would look in a PSA slab because they are white and red dominated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
So
wonder,
maybe other people had the same idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's
They're
all
pretty
junk
iconic
wax,
images.
mass-produced items, right? So this
Yeah.
is kind of what we did and what everyone else did as well. They go through those cards. They submit them in the cheapest level of service that they can, and they've been stewing in the PSA warehouse for the last year. And now that they're starting to catch up, this is what we're seeing. This is motivated by the
man.
Last Dance last year.
There's just too many base cards.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And they're all selling them for like $600.
Yeah.
For now, you wait a month or two until these cards start to come back, and there's trends with this, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. So the next slide was the percent of items graded during the month by era, and heavily skewed towards ultra modern. So anything after 2010. We're talking in May, 2/3 of the cards were ultra modern. And so at least that's coming back down in June to about 46%, looks like. And then the next most commonly graded is going to be the 90s, which kind of reflects the Jordan spike, I think, too.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We're low.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you think that we didn't really collect in the 2000s? But do you guys have any speculation as to why that's low? I don't think I have any good reasoning behind it. I'm sure people smarter than me would.
Why the cards in the 2000s are low?
Yeah, they've been low. They were low in May, and they're low again in June. I mean, that's
Very few.
LeBron's era.
LeBron,
Right.
Kevin Durant. I mean, I just learned about the Kevin Durant rookies when you did your trade show. I didn't know anything about him. Now I see him all the time, the orange, black, and white. But,
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I almost wonder if it's such a frozen market. Like everything from that era is so expensive right now because it's also Steph Curry. There are a lot of names in there that I think, and maybe Steph Curry wasn't quite that old.
He was in 2010s, but
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of players from that era. Dwayne Wade.
So I think that they're like,
Paul was then.
any of those hits have got to just be so valuable that I almost wonder if there's a freeze on it. And like, I've looked at trying to buy the unopened boxes before, and they're like ridiculously priced. They're more expensive than current stuff.
No, that's a valid point, right? Because most of those cards have already been slabbed, and so there's not a whole lot of likelihood that people just have random rookies of LeBron still sitting around ungraded, or that aren't just straight up being sold on eBay or whatever.
And I think that the consensus is that's about when in 2000, when the card industry started understanding that we got to reduce our production We've got to do these parallels. I'm guessing that's when you first saw the patches and autos and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, that's true. I think it's just, wow. And some of these numbers, as far as what were most graded, I'm just still scrolling through and reading. So in June, we're looking at this list of 10 most graded cards, which I think is still pretty enlightening. You know, we've talked about number 1, which is the 90 Fleer, Jordan. Number 2, though, the 92 Topps Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
There's probably a good reason why those cards have tanked in value if everybody was just sending those in left and right. And number 3, obviously very guilty of 2020 Topps Luis Robert. So they're saying, if I'm reading this right, 17.2, so 17,000 graded all time of a base card.
That's a lot. That is a lot.
Nice.
You guys, I've graded 8 out of these 10 cards this month. Not this month, but I've sent in. Yep. So many of these are base cards.
Yeah. So the 96 Kobe, 2020 Topps Chrome, Luis Robert, got the 89 Hoops, which we talked about, the 89 Upper Deck Griffey. I guess that makes sense, but the 2018 Panini Revolution LeBron.
Yeah. We're starting a revolution.
That's what I like to
Deck
hear.
Tiger Woods rookie card. That makes a lot of sense. And then the 92 Ultra Shaq.
Why does the Tiger Woods make sense?
I think he had a moment as far as his cards. They were definitely manipulated upward a little bit, and everybody wanted one. But they are not an uncommon card, though.
I get it. Gotcha. I thought you meant because of a recent golf event or anything that he might have been in. And I was like, no, there hasn't been any Tiger Woods developments. But
I mean, all these cards were submitted back in 2001 when they opened.
Seriously, mine. I'm coming up on a year on all of mine. Hey, by the way, when you can no longer prepay for your cards, does that mean you have prepaid? I'm trying to figure out if
Yeah. If you no longer have that link to pay, then you're good.
All right.
Or Tim has developed his own button on the website where he just says, "Screw this, I'm not paying." Click.
Yeah, tell us about that, Tim.
I tried to delete my subs.
I do think this is
I
do think this is an interesting tactic, and I'd love to see him try it on Facebook. Go ahead and tell him your plan.
No. You know what I did? So I texted this to you guys. So I'm looking, I get the text notification about a 20 card submission saying that my grades are ready, which last year would have been a fantastic thing. I would have been super excited. But now you're staring at that and you're like, oh, crap. 20 cards times $24 per card. Am I going to break even from this, or am I still taking a bath? And I jokingly proposed to people on Facebook, hey, you can buy this lot sight unseen for my grading fees. And you don't know if you'll take a bath or if you'll come out on top. You might actually do really well. Nobody took me up on that offer. And one of those cards was a Luka Net Marvels, which came back a PSA 10. So that card alone would have paid for the whole sub.
Well,
Nice.
I think that we should now open it up after you did such a despicable thing. That what we should do is we should allow 4 listeners and Tim to all make a blind auction. They can make their highest offer. Whoever gets the highest offer gets it. If it's lower than the price of all the grading fees, which I doubt it will be, then Tim gets, that difference. If not, though, the cards go to whoever it wins, and the excess money goes to the show. Not even to Tim.
That's incredible if that's on the fly.
You're welcome.
Wow.
That is.
That's actually a brilliant idea.
Man, he puts glasses on. All of a sudden, the man's a damn genius.
I blacked out. What?
That's the Clark Kent of sports cards.
Well, I think that all goes hand in hand. Like, my fear is driven by the fact that these cards got completely oversubmitted. And so even if I do get PSA 10s back, you're looking at what, like $30-$40 for a Luis Robert PSA 10 now. And they used to be worth $400. So.
Yeah, and you didn't even just get PSA 10s, did you, Tim?
What are you talking about?
I think the streaks continued.
Yeah, no, I definitely got my token PSA 6 back in that sub. The rest were 9s and 10s.
What if one of the graders at PSA is like a listener of the show and he sees these Luis Robert cards? He's like, God, this has got to be Tim. He's like, I'm just going to throw in a 6 just to see.
Can't
Just
hurt.
to see what happens.
It can't hurt. It's not like Tim's going to notice. He's submitted 10,000 cards. So, Tim,
good stuff.
We've really been beating on you pretty hard, but you came up with a brilliant idea this time. Tell us about Ohtani.
Yeah, dude, right? I mean, there's no way this can fail.
Oh, no. Come on, Tim.
Ohtani, I mean, he's like the hottest player. We're never going to see anybody like him. He's our generation's Babe Ruth. He's mashing homers at a Roger Maris rate. He's got an ERA under 3. His cards are going through the roof, baby.
Uh-huh. So what are you going to do?
I hope for his sake you're still burning that sage.
Well, what's happening is his 2018 Bowman Chrome, no auto, just his Bowman Chrome rookie, is coming to the forefront as one of the most desired rookie cards because it was one in hobby boxes only. So you had to pay a lot more than like the mega boxes, for example, that contained his first true rookie card. And it's actually pretty shocking. Like there's only 1,000 PSA 10s currently. So rushing to get some of these in, I might actually come out in time to, say I own a valuable Ohtani card. But in the background, we're just kind of counting down the days until he decides to injure himself somehow.
So have you
He was not on the list of most graded cards in June.
He was not, exactly, because there's not that many of them. So I think it's pretty exciting that digging through my junk box of leftover rookie cards, I happened to find a handful of these that I could not sell at the West Valley show, by the way, for $50 per. And they're now going for $200 to $250 raw.
You couldn't sell it because our only customers was little Peggy Sue who was there to get a pretzel in her ear pierced.
That's right.
She didn't
Should
know
have been
who
selling
Ohtani
pretzels. Damn it.
So have you submitted the cards?
Yeah. I took the dive, $200 per. So in 3 months' time, we're open to guesses as far as how much these are going to be worth. Closest to the actual dollar value will get my PSA 6 Ohtani.
So in 3 months' time, we need to send Tim a care package so that he's not a huge jerk to all of us because he is going to be pissed off.
I have some thoughts on this. I have some thoughts on this.
Okay, what's that, Chad?
The thing you have going for you is that the subs are $200 right now. And I really think that could be a game changer. I really do. Because otherwise, on this list that we just saw were, for example, the Kobe Bryant 1996 Topps card, which a number of months ago, we saw soar, the PSA 10, soar in value.
Yeah, like straight
Soar
parabolic. Yeah.
Shortly after that, as PSA continued to grade them and more cards began to turn out, people saw this value. They submitted more and more raw cards. The raw card value went up and up and up. $400, maybe even higher.
Skyrocketed. Yep.
As more of those started coming back as 10s, the price of PSA 10 started to drop. Not just because of Pop Report, but of course the market went down too. But as that PSA 10 value fell, then the raw card value fell, and now they're both still higher than they were a year ago, but both low.
So you're worried for me.
I am worried for you.
Oh, trust me, Tim. We're both worried for you.
But there's so much room for this. I mean, the recent sales, we're talking like $1,400. There was a $2,000 sale just yesterday, I think.
Yesterday. You're gonna.
Those are PSA 10s, Tim.
You're not gonna see those cards.
Which I'll have 2 at least. Yeah.
Oh.
And you won't see those PSA 10s for 18 months.
No, 3 months or less. That's how quickly I got my last Express subs back.
What? Your last one? Well, maybe that's for another topic, but you do have time on your side. You do have a $200 fee on your side. I don't know, man. It's either going to be very profitable or, boy, just like Ricky said, you are going to be one grumpy dude.
What if one comes back at 10 and one at 5?
That's okay. I'll still come out way ahead.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Because
depending on what the cost of those 10s are, by the way.
No, but I'm thinking the ceiling for this card then, right, is the Trout update, right? I mean, that's essentially what people are treating this card as.
Dude, it's half a season. I've heard this guy hasn't even taken batting practice this year. Also known as batting practice with a G. Because I can speak English.
Maybe,
Ricky,
man.
what was what was your point going to be?
No, I don't know that I have a strong point about it. It's just what Chad said. It's such a short period of time. There's so much that can go wrong with an injury-prone player.
Absolutely, right. And unless that sage burning actually worked, he's going to end up on the
hurry,
injured
relight
list
the
in
sage.
about five days.
Oh, all right. Well, when we come back, we're going to hop into a review of Noir basketball. We'll be right back with that and more after this.
Hey everybody, it's your favorite doctor in the sports card hobby, Dr. Chad. Just like you, I'm preparing for the National. My latest purchase in preparation is a backpack. Of course, with a digital photo frame display on the back. So I can display all my favorite photos as I walk around the National for tens of thousands of people to see. But I want your help. So if you want to promote your booth, company, or just embarrass the hell out of your best friend, then get your favorite photo ready. Send it over to us at Pack to the Future Podcast on Instagram. And I might feature you as I'm roaming around the National. Hope to see everyone there.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the show. Check us out on our Instagram at Pack to the Future Podcast. Give us input for the show. Feel free to reach out, ask us any questions you may have. It may make it to air, and we'll definitely respond to you. Guys, for this final segment, we were going to review Panini Noir, one of our favorite products that I have never bought a box of, ever. I've never had the guts to pull the trigger on it.
Well, now you never will because of the price. It used to be affordable-ish.
Right. But it was always one of those products that was pretty expensive, even when the hobby was low. And it was always one of those products that, at least before, you could pick up a lot of the cards for cheaper than the box. So if there was a card you really liked, just go directly after the card.
Right.
But we wanted to break down some of the parts of the cards. And I want to touch on the first thing I jumped into, which was the patches based on last week. I followed up, and on the rookie patches, what I'm seeing are that it's, again, not associated with any game, event, or player, which I think is an unspeakable foul by Noir, given the price of those boxes.
Right.
A lot of clarifiers to fit on the back of a card.
Now, and it does appear to their credit that they're just writing off rookies right now. When you get the veteran patches, they do appear to be from a game, for the most part, game event, game worn material, worn or used. Again, it comes into that, question of, is that warm-ups? Is that actual jersey? What is it? But it was used in a game. It's part of history in my mind. That's acceptable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are some of the things the two of you guys noticed?
I think I'm more disappointed with their change in the appearance of a lot of their cards. I mean, we talked about how this product means black in French, and they're adding more white to the cards. I think to, cater to the people that say that these cards always come out chipped with bad edges, bad corners. So hopefully they're less noticeable when there's white borders around the card, but I think it cheapens the look of the card a little bit. And they also removed some of the foil, specifically from the rookie cards, which used to have kind of matching left and right halves. They did away with those, and now it's just a single image, single team logo. And they removed the foil from the background of those logos, which is really too bad, I think. It was really fun kind of pairing the left and the right of the rookies. But I think it came back to, how do you display horizontal type cards? And you really had no good way to display two vertical cards side by side that were not a booklet, because they would rattle around loose even in the vertical booklet mags. But anyway, I kind of missed it because they were just fun cards to put together when you found them.
Have you bought any this year?
No, I didn't buy any. Bought into some breaks, but didn't hit anything.
Got some.
And yeah. But it's a fun product. I mean, they're by far and away some of the best looking cards in the hobby still.
Well,
specifically, go ahead, Judd.
Well, that's part
of the hard part about this. Ricky mentioned the box price that he can't buy it. I was excited for the product release last week at the time of airing of this and said, hey, I was going to go jump into a box break myself. But even for a box break or a case break, is what I'm trying to say, even that price is really, really high with a high skunk rate too.
Yeah. You were looking at like $200 a random team for most. Yeah.
Which I don't have good luck with those things. And so, like Ricky said, you can just go out and buy a card, a really nice card, for the price that you would instead of ripping it. Not quite as much fun, but yeah.
Yeah, but if you hit that card that you'd always dreamt of, like there is some pros there, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I hate the cards that have the white base on their rookie cards, I believe. I've seen it on autos and some of the base where they're white on the left and right borders of the card. I think those are hideous. It looks sloppy to me. On the flip side, though, with the autos, and hopefully I'm not speaking out of turn on this, I love the ones that are like the shadow or shadow box signatures, where it's just the player and it's the big word Noir and it's white behind him. I'm actually eyeballing a Kurt Rambis one for sale right now.
I love those. They look
super clean.
Good.
There's a Karl Malone one too that looks awesome.
Got it on my eBay watch list right now.
as do I. We might need to coordinate. I don't think I'm going to be buying anything anytime soon, but I'll let you know if that changes.
Hey, we could be like Kyle and Vintage Pacers.
Exactly.
We can coordinate cards.
Exactly.
Air high five. You didn't high five me, but I did.
I was looking down.
So a couple other pieces of this product that I love. The feature length in this set, I love it. There are horizontal cards. There are vertical cards.
Yeah.
They're numbered to 25 or first off the line, numbered to 11. The player, so they've got a white border on top and bottom, but they make the player almost jumping out of that border in front of the border, which almost gives it like a 3D type effect. I'm looking at a LeBron in his white jersey with kind of a black and gray background. He's throwing down the hammer. That card looks so good. And honestly, there's a Zion card in this feature link that looks really, really good. I almost bought one today for a few $100.
Oh.
It looks fantastic. Zion's throwing down the hammer. I don't know where they get these photos. Our boy Andy probably took the snapshot, but boy, those feature links.
I love those really feature links, and they're super, super short print.
They are. And it inspired me to go buy a previous year of 17-18 John Stockton feature length with the gold. And Tim, it's got that foil there on the feature length color that you were talking about earlier.
That's a good looking card.
Yeah, I thought so too. Of course, for right now, you can buy John Stockton for nothing, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
So, one last part with this, the spotlight signatures. I love them.
Yeah.
They're primarily a black glossy card with a gold signature on them. They look so good. I'll tell you guys a little story. So last Saturday night, I was downstairs in my basement, just like doing a workout while the wife was upstairs doing her thing. And I pull up Mojo Break. Just sometimes I'll watch them on YouTube while I'm working out. And there was a Noir case break on, one of the ones I was looking into buying into. And I'm watching it, and they pull a John Stockton gold autograph. And I'm like, oh, man, that looks awesome. And he says, congratulations, Utah Pineapple. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's one of my buddies.
Yeah.
And that's our buddy Tatsu. And I didn't know he was in the break, but I start screaming. I'm like, yeah, he hit it. He hit it. I'm texting Tim. I'm like, Tim, was Tatsu in this? And sure enough, he was. My wife came running downstairs wondering who died. And it was really cool. So that was a lot of fun. But man, those spotlight signatures look good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and he has built up quite a collection through razzing for or breaking for the Jazz.
He has. And it's funny because a lot of them are ones that I've thought about buying into, and I'm like, nah, I don't need to buy into it. And then he hits it. I'm like,
yeah. I mean, the Jazz are cheap in these breaks for a reason. I mean, I've seen them like $75 to $79, and Tatsu got it at $79 for the Jazz. I mean, relative to the product cost, that's a fantastic price to buy into it, right?
Yeah.
But there's very few people on that checklist. And so for him to hit one of the feature cards on the Jazz checklist for $79, I mean, that was just a really cool moment because I was talking to him. I was like, that's really what you're hoping for is a Stockton Spotlight Auto.
Yeah.
15 minutes later, you get one. It was pretty cool.
There are some other cool Jazz cards and other cool inserts. The Speaker Spotlights, again, is a hit in Noir.
Sneaker.
They look,
You know,
sneaker.
Not speaker, yeah. But
oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I don't like the sneaker spotlight as much this year. It seems like a lot of the sneakers are very vibrant colors, which isn't really a good mix with the black and white and noir, in my opinion. Have you guys seen these? Do you like them?
I don't. They've never resonated with me, especially the ones. I think I saw some that were non-autos, maybe. Yeah, and like it's fine. I can respect anyone for liking them, but they just don't resonate for me. I agree with you completely, Chad. That's way too bright for noir. We want black, white, gold, silver.
Yeah.
A noir
get
feel.
those into another set, right? Like Court Kings or something that's already bright and colorful. But like the Luca one has like his neon green sneaks and just against a black and white background. It's like, what? Like, yeah, just the dissonance was bad.
The split screens they brought back for another year. I've had a fun time collecting the Donovan Mitchell, Rudy Gobert split screens in the last couple of years.
Nice.
They have Stockton and Malone.
Yeah.
They have some odd pairings. Like they have Allen Iverson and John Morant. I didn't understand that.
That is weird.
That one doesn't make sense to me, but I think there's a LeBron and Anthony Davis. That one makes a little more sense. Those are kind of cool though, if you're a collector of the team or the player.
Yeah.
So those ones are cool. And then vintage art.
Oh yeah. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So I made a purchase and I was kind of showing you guys this. Instead of buying a box or buying into something, a Donovan Mitchell 2017-18, his rookie year, vintage art became available, which does have some color to it. It's the Jazz City Edition unis. And rookie numbered to 25. Dealer wanted 1,000. Comps were going for far less than that. So I didn't spend 1,000, but I overpaid and I got the card. And so I made a big eBay purchase, which I'm super stoked about. And that thing should be into me this week. Blew some of that national money, but I just thought to myself, I didn't want the opportunity for another insert, another PC guy, another rookie card, low numbered, hits all the check boxes, right? And sometimes you got to overpay for it.
You gonna tell them the truth?
Wait, what's the truth?
Of why you really bought that card? What I told you that sealed the deal?
What I forget. What was
I said
it? It was during the clinic day.
I said, if you don't buy that card, I'm going to go in and purchase it just to spite your ass. Minutes later.
It really conflicted me because on one hand, I'm like, there's not a chance Ricky would just buy an individual card. But on the other hand, we were talking earlier, Ricky might do it to spite me.
I would. I had to fill that role because friggin' Tim over here is being all level-headed. No, I'd really hold on to that. You've got the National coming up. Where the hell did that come from, Tim?
When are you Captain Reason?
Hey, I'm turning a new page here. It's part of the deal as far as reversing the curse.
All right, yeah. It did blow me away when you send that. I read it twice. And I'm like, is this Ricky or Tim? I was like, it couldn't be Ricky. He actually responded on a Wednesday. That was all thrown off. It was really weird.
Hey, I've been good about responding lately.
I appreciate that. I assume it's because you don't want your photo on my backpack.
That's damn straight.
There you go. Yep.
All right. Well, for Chad and Tim, this has been another fun episode. This is Ricky, the I will not be on Chad's backpack, wishing all of you a one-of-one night. So you guys know how I asked about how angry you'd be if I just removed the plastic on the Court Kings.
Yeah.
So I didn't open the pack. It's just the plastic that goes around the.
Oh, hell no.
And it more got snagged. So I decided to open them both to keep it even, Steven.
What? You broke the seal?